Hello, welcome back to London Cycle Routes. Today we are going to be cycling from Brixton in the south all the way to Kentish Town in North London and hopefully tackling the North London South London divide while we're at it. It takes about 45 minutes and it'll be all on back streets and protected bike lanes. So we start on Electric Avenue, Brixton Market, a lovely street by the way, probably one of my favourite in London. You can cycle down here if it's not too busy, but you know, if the market's on, maybe wheel your bike and keep going. Follow the signs to Pope's Road. And that takes you under the bridge, past Pop Brixton. Be careful because there are cars on this street, and then turn right here and past where they always park the police vans for some reason, and head onto Wiltshire Road. This is like a residential street. There's never very much traffic on it. Remember, this is sort of mid-morning, so it's a pretty typical level of traffic that you could expect on a weekday. This video, and just follow Wiltshire Road all the way round until you get to Angell Park Gardens. This is again residential street. Shouldn't be too much traffic. We're basically just getting out of Brixton now, and turn left onto Overton Road. This is a pretty quiet street. Unfortunately, it's a pretty nice cycle, apart from the fact it's slightly ruined by the fact they've got these absolutely horrible speed bumps on it. So yeah, you can see the camera shaking whenever we go over one. So yeah, oof. So yeah, do be careful because they can be deadly. And then we get to this junction. Now, get off your bike here. It is not right. You can just cross as a pedestrian. They need to sort this one out, but basically this is the best way to do it. And then get back on it at Akerman Road. This is probably the busiest road that you'll have to cycle on the entire journey. And as you can see, it's not particularly busy. So, yeah, if you can manage this, then you'll love this route. It's pretty good. Be on the lookout on the left here for Eyethorne Road onto this new build estate, and just follow it through. Now there is a cycle path here on the left, you can see just there, but you might have noticed there's no drop curb to actually get on it without getting off your bike, so it's completely useless. Whoever designed that really needs to think again, I would say. But yeah, it doesn't really matter because this road is extremely quiet. It doesn't go anywhere for cars, it's just residential access, so yeah. Turn right at the end of it to Cancell Road and just follow that through. This is again, we're just going on the back streets of Lambeth here. It's nice and quiet, you're never going to run into much traffic. Now here on Elliot Road, be careful here. In this direction, this is great. If you're coming in the other direction, this is actually a banned entry, banned turn, and you should cross that as a pedestrian. But otherwise, this route's totally symmetrical. Keep going straight down Foxley Road here. Obviously, being careful of cars like that one that just whizzed past us. But as you can see, there isn't very much traffic on this. Now, this is a great junction. It's pretty nifty. It says left turn only accept cycles, so that's accept you, so just keep going here onto Bolton Crescent, just go straight through it, yeah, and then left onto St Agnes Place, which is a nice little quiet street that runs past Kennington Park Extension on our right and Kennington Park on the left. Those towers on your right, by the way, they once featured in the BBC television show Ashes to Ashes. A little bit of trivia for you. And yeah, we're just going along this nice quiet street next to Kennington Park, and yeah, it's usually pretty quiet. It's quite nice on a summer's day. It was a little bit misty and rainy on the day I recorded this, but it's actually can be pretty nice. This road, there seems to be some construction going on it, and everyone's parked alongside it and narrowed it down. It's a bit annoying at the moment. Hopefully they'll sort that out. But yeah, turn right here onto the Laune Street. Now what we're basically doing here is we're following Brixton Road to Elephant, but we're following the quiet streets that run parallel to it. And yeah, it's just a much nicer way of doing it because Brixton Road kind of lacked decent cycle lanes or anything like that. As you can see, these little these planters have been put in recently to make it a low traffic neighbourhood. If you've watched any of the other videos here, I've talked about them before, but basically they block off roads with planters, bollards, things like that, and it means that there's no through route for cars, so you don't really meet very much traffic at all, but bikes can still go through it, pedestrians can still walk through it. It just makes the residential streets a lot nicer, and conveniently also makes some lovely cycle routes. Here, now this is a bit tricky, so you'd rather there was a drop curb here, but you've got to get off your bike and then cycle into this estate. It's called Canterbury Place. Obviously be really careful here, be careful of pedestrians, you don't want to upset anyone, you know, give everyone a wide berth and just cycle through the estate. This is a great way of cutting out a busy road. And yeah, just be responsible when you're cycling in residential areas, and then when you get to the end of it on Seedman Street, turn left. And you can see these towers looming in the background. That means we're getting pretty close to Elephant. And we'll get to a cycle crossing here. Now this route is great. You can use this on all sorts of when you're going in all sorts of places. Following this little CS7 blue route, just follow the signs for CS7. This little bit of CS7 is good, rather. It's a way of avoiding Elephant and Castle, the big junction. And just follow CS7 all the way, the little lines, and make sure you don't miss the turning on the right here to Elliot Road. It's quite an unusual road name, so it's quite easy to remember. This street really needs resurfacing, by the way. It is. Look how bouncy it is. Oh my god. But it's an extremely useful cut through because the massive Elephant and Castle roundabout is on our right, and we're having absolutely nothing to do with it. Now, when you get to here, stop following CS7 and just turn left. Yeah, you're on a different route now. But now we're on protected cycleways, which are, you know, pretty lovely. This is really nice. You can see there's traffic on the road, but it's nothing to do with us. We don't have to worry about it. We're protected by curb. This is probably a good time to say that if you like this video, please do actually like it on YouTube and also subscribe to the channel because it really helps other people find it, including you. This road here is, there's a lot of buses parked on it. I don't know why. But yeah, it's usually fine, but do watch out for buses. And we're basically following this this route here on Blackfriars Road now. This pretty much goes all the way. You know, this is a long route. It's really good. I mean, if every road had cycle lanes like this in London, it would be, you could just get everywhere on bike without even thinking about it, without any experience or any sort of courage. That would be the ultimate aim. The only slightly annoying thing about it is you do have to stop at lights quite frequently, and they're not timed. They're timed to stop you from having to interact with cars. They're not timed for speed. So yeah, but I've cut out all the waiting at lights here. You still make really quick progress though. It's a fast one. Before this cycle route was built, it would have just been very irritating to cycle on this road, or slightly terrifying. But yeah, we've now made it to Blackfriars Bridge, which I would say puts us about 2/3 of the way there. Just keep going through here. These are security barriers, by the way. They put them there after the London Bridge attack to stop people from driving vehicles on. There's probably a better long-term solution, but they're there for now. You can't see it on this video, but when you are up here, do look over the bridge at the view. It is absolutely gorgeous. Now this junction here, if you've got a green light, I would say go for it, because the timings of the lights can be a little bit irritating. But yeah, we're now going up sort of Farringdon Road. Farringdon Street, sorry. And yeah, you can already tell how far we've come. I mean, Farringdon has a reasonable claim to be sort of north-central London, and we've come all the way from south. That crowd on the left there, I think they're standing outside the Italian consulate. I'm not really sure why. And that's Holborn Viaduct above us. You can see it's a really busy traffic road, big buses or stuff like that, but it just doesn't worry us at all because we are in this protected cycle lane. And this is a really core north-south route. You could really use it to get anywhere, and often it's worth going out of your way to use it. And as I say, don't miss this turning on the left here. It turns back into back streets for a little bit. Now this was a little bit annoying. Somebody decided to park on a double yellow, and someone else decided to drive their BMW in central London, which held us up for a little bit, but the roads around here all have lovely, lovely names. So I think we're currently on Herbal Hill, and then it becomes Saffron Hill, I think. Oh no, it's the other way around. And follow through here. Now, this road is usually really quiet. There is a little bit of construction on it at the moment, so yeah. On weekdays it's a little bit busier than you'd like, but yeah, just be careful. There is also a Royal Mail depot here, so you can see all those Royal Mail vans. The depot is called Mount Pleasant if you're interested. That's the Post Museum on the left, by the way, well worth a visit. You can ride the little underground post train that they've got. I think it's probably, I mean it's definitely shut right now because of the pandemic, but hopefully by the time you're watching this it will be a brighter future. And yeah, this is, if you've watched other videos you might recognise this route. It's a standard little back street route all the way through and goes into the beautifully landscaped Hampton Street. And to be honest, if all cities were like this and you could just sort of cycle through a load of flower beds, I'd be a lot happier. And again, these bollards are making it so, yeah, there's no through traffic on those streets because there's nowhere for cars to go. And yeah, we're sort of solidly in King's Cross now, which, if you know your London geography, that's pretty close to Kentish Town. You just go through Judd Street here, which has been filtered, so there's a bollard at the end of it. Cars can't go anywhere on it. It's just for access, and yeah, you're not really going to run into many vehicles. Not really any traffic at all. And we're crossing the Euston Road. That's the British Library on the left, by the way. Some good exhibitions there, and St Pancras Station on the right. Midland Road is an interesting name, by the way. It's if you didn't notice, it's named after the Midland Railway, which is the railway company that built St Pancras. There's a big research institute on the left there as well, worth keeping an eye out for. You might note that we're on protected lanes here, so yeah, it's pretty nice. Don't need to worry about the traffic. And also it's a one-way street for cars, but it's two-way for bikes. Just one of the many ways that cycling around London can actually be a lot faster than doing other stuff. This is a bus stop bypass, by the way. It's built like that so that when buses are at the bus stop you don't run into the back of them, or you don't have to overtake them, which can be quite dangerous. And there are a few ways to do this junction, but I would turn left here onto Goldington Crescent. You could have kept going, but I actually think this is a lot nicer. Just follow the crescent round, and then at the end of the crescent there is a timed crossing, and you wait for the light. And we go at Royal College Street, which is sort of one of Camden's first protected cycle lane streets. and it's great. That's the Royal Veterinary College on the right, by the way. That's why it's that's why the street's called that. But yeah, you just keep going up here. This is a very slight hill, by the way, so you know, be careful. There's a sort of long-running building site here, which is yeah, sometimes disrupts the cycle lane, but it's usually all right. Bit bouncy, could do with a resurface maybe. And we made it to Camden Road. These are the sort of big bridges with the name of the place painted on them are really handy for wayfinding. That's Camden Road Station, by the way. Now, if you wanted to go to Camden Town, you could turn left on basically any of the roads that we're sort of passing on the left here. I'd recommend Farringdon Street. So I think it's probably the next one. But yeah, that would be the one here. But we're going to Kentish Town, so we just keep going straight. And yeah, Kentish Town Road is basically at the end of this road here. So we've done it. Thanks very much for watching, guys. If you found this video useful, please like it on YouTube, and also subscribe on YouTube as well, because it helps other people find it. And by popular demand, I've done a map of the route. It's here. It's only a very broad map, but you can see it's a very direct one. And you can also see how far we've come in 45 minutes. So yeah, you can pause it and examine that at your leisure. Thanks very much, guys. Next time.